It's a fishing trip 13 American anglers will likely never forget. Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
The group was stranded on an ice floe on Buffalo Point. And as CTV's Caroline Bargout shows you tonight, search and rescue crews had to be called in to get the men back on solid ground.
I think there's 17 of them.
This is what they came for. These Wisconsin anglers say the jackfish in Buffalo Point is so good, it's worth the trip north to Manitoba every year. But this fishing expedition didn't go exactly as planned.
It was a fishing trip I probably tell my grandkids.
Tuesday night, the 13 men found themselves stranded on the ice when it broke away, giving them no route back to shore.
When you get close to shore and there's a river all along shore, you know you're having issues.
And this is where the anglers were stranded. Their 10 quads are still stuck on a patch of ice that broke away from shore and drifted away with the wind.
We traveled down the shoreline to see if we could find a spot that had solid ice towards shore and never found any. We traveled a few miles both sides of Birch Point and there was nothing. It was wide open like a river.
The men then called Leonard Friesen back at Silver Birch Lodge to let him know what was going on.
Called me and says, I think we have a situation. I said, what's the problem? He says, we can't get off. I said, so what's your plan?
Friesen says the anglers plan to spend the night on the ice floe and figure it out in the morning. But fearing for their safety, he called police instead.
Very unusual. It's not something that we encounter every day.
Search and rescue crews got the men back to shore, but left all their gear back on the ice. The men rented this helicopter to fly their ATVs back to safety, a retrieval that will cost them as much as $5,000.
The pocketbook's going to take a little hit, but we're going to get our quads off the ice and learn from this experience.
These men in great spirits after their unusual ordeal.
Well, we're alive, right?
We're on land.
We're on land, yeah. We're on beautiful Canadian soil.
Back on Canadian soil with their prized possessions in hand, these anglers admit their ice fishing season is likely now over, but they vow to come back next winter. Caroline Bargout, CTV News, Buffalo Point.
And in case you're wondering, Canadian taxpayers paid the bill for the ice rescue.